Up, everybody? Welcome in. Shipping out some orders live. Let me make sure I get my setup all ready to go. I forgot to open up Nifty so I can read my sales analytics. All right, we're set up, ready to go. We got a good amount of orders going out today. Just eBay alone this weekend. We had 27 eBay orders from the weekend, so really good weekend. We didn't list consistently over the weekend. If you guys saw my post yesterday, we kind of took the day off yesterday just to relax and kind of unwind. But really good weekend in sales. Shout out Nifty for keeping up with my sending offers and all that stuff, and delisting and relisting really helped. How many Poshmark orders we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Poshmark orders, 1 Depop over order, no Mercari orders yesterday. So good weekend in sales. I'm happy about it. Appreciate everybody who came out to the Whatnot show over the weekend. That was a lot of fun, and I have some more announcements coming for future Whatnot shows later on in the live. But yeah, should be a fun week/weeks coming up. What's up, Juliet? What's up, Natalie? Happy Monday morning. Dora the Explorer in the house. Appreciate you guys all hopping in this morning. Let's go ahead and start packing up some more. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend too. Let me know how you guys' sales are going. The last couple weeks for us over here, sales have been really good. They've been steady. We've been trying to list as consistently as we can. Of course, with the put out that post with the house move and everything, it's been kind of difficult to keep up with everything and, you know, pack up the kids, pack up the dog like multiple times a day. But I do have some good news. Pretty soon, later on the day, we're just having somebody review the offer that was sent on the house. We are most likely going to be accepting an offer on this house and putting an offer in on a new house later today. So the process has finally come that we're putting offers and accepting offers, which is really nice. Stressful last couple months doing this whole thing. So we're excited. We just got to decide. We have 2 options for houses, and we got to decide which one we want to put an offer on. So I really like one house. The girls really like another house. I like one house for the amenities, and the other girls like the house for the square footage. So we got some decisions to make. But yeah, me and Kayla are going to discuss it after live today and figure out what house we're going to put an offer in. But it's pretty cool finally coming to this part. Now we're not going to get super excited because we obviously know things can fall through on both sides and mess this whole thing up. But from what we see, everything looks solid and we should be good to go. So what's up, Lily? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Dora? Natalie's here. Juliet's here. Trisha's here. What's up, Trisha? My sales have been popping up. Yeah, mine's been doing really good too. So Kelly says, "Woohoo! Congrats!" Yes, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys sticking with us through this whole process. I know, content has been slower over the last couple weeks because we just haven't been able to go out. I think still is going to be slow until we get to moved in and everything like that. But as soon as we move in, we get closer to winter time, you guys will see content will be back to normal. Because of that, we're probably going to do a lot of clear out Whatnot shows because we do have a lot of stuff in the garage, and I don't really want to have to move that stuff and pay to have it moved. I'd rather just clear it out and sell it really cheap. So over the next couple weeks, we're probably going to do a lot of Whatnot shows, maybe pop-up shows, and just you resellers can have some fun and just literally just buy stuff from us super cheap because we just want to move this stuff. So we have availability. As soon as we move, I have so much stuff ready, locked and loaded for Whatnot shows. I have the bales literally held right now until we move. So once that happens, we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't mind selling stuff really cheap. Tell the girls more square footage means they have more to clean. Exactly, Trisha. You should. I'm gonna send you the house. I'll text it to you, Trisha. Both houses, and I'll let you look at them. One is really nice. I'm not gonna lie. The first option is super duper nice. The second option literally has the amenities directly across the street. It's like a resort style pool, basketball court, tennis courts. They have a park. They have a walking area. It's all like right across the street. So I'm like, girls, I want to live in a resort style. It's like almost the same square footage, except right across the street is like a resort. So yeah, tell them your famous employer drive with value historical home. I should do that, Nick. I doubt that it will work, but they actually brought their price up. There was a little back and forth. I guess I can kind of tell you guys a little bit about the offer. They made an offer full price, but they had 2 contingencies. One, they wanted us to pay $8,500 for their closing costs and points. And then the second stipulation was they wanted us to pay 3% on the house value back, basically paying their realtor fees. So we countered without the 3%, and they countered back at a higher cost, but still with the 3%. And we're probably going to take that offer because it's pretty close to what we initially wanted. So we're going to take that offer. The housing market right now in Florida, if you guys look up housing market, I wish I would have known this before we put our house on market. Housing market right now is like in the tank in Florida. So the fact that we got a full price offer is actually really lucky, and we just had to take it. I don't know how long it's going to be before we get another one. I don't know how the market's going to do over the next couple months. Maybe if the interest rates drop, it'll rebound. But right now it's like super hard. So just took that offer. We're like, yeah, I'm over this. Just take the offer. I'm going to make more money. Even though I'm losing a little bit of money on all that stuff, I'm going to make more money as soon as we move because I'm going to have more space to be able to do more whatnot shows and build the business because I'll have way, way more space in both of those houses. So I'm like, yeah, I'm trading a little bit of money now to make a lot of money in the next coming months. So fill out my door deck box with packages from USPS. Woohoo! Let's go, Christy. That's awesome. That's an awesome feeling. The best feeling is the first time you fill up a whole one of those rolling carts at the post office. I remember the first time I filled one of those up. It was like, man, I was like, holy crap! I feel like I'm a real business owner now because filling up. It was back when I was selling those Christmas houses. I was selling a ton of them. I have a video on YouTube if you guys want to watch it from a long time ago where I bought those, but I filled up a whole crate. It was like right around Christmas time. The Christmas house sales started popping off. It was like a $5,000 cart. Like all the sales in one day was like $5,000, and it was over the weekend. So I came in on Monday morning, scanned all my packages in, filled a whole cart, and everybody in the office was like, "Holy crap, those are all yours!" I was like, "Yep." They're like, "Man, you're gonna be quitting here pretty soon." I was like, "Maybe, we'll see, we'll see." Good morning, Christine. Welcome in. See, I told you I'll give you. Yes, you did. Yes, I'm glad you did because, man, I'm over this. I'm over this. Will you settle on a flat lay or hanging on the new house? This is what we're going to use for the new house. Definitely go with this setup for the new house. I like the flat lay setup. I don't mind it, but I feel like you have to have so much lighting on it to make the colors like actual what they look like. And this light box gives me actual colors. The only time I have different colors is navy blue and like blacks, and I can usually change my settings on my iPhone to make it look appropriate. So I will stick with this setup right here. Kayla loves this setup too. She'll like hop over here and just start taking photos. So that's a good sign because she hates taking photos, and this setup just lets her do that. So glad I caught you on. Here I am. What's up? What's up, Beverly? Welcome in. My hubs made me a flat lay hanger for me and an extra. Can I ship it to you for a review? I want your honest opinion. Christy, just take a photo and use the measurements and I'll look at it. I did put out a video the other day of the flat lay hangers. So go check out that video if you want to make a handmade one. It's a really old video. It's like from like 4 years ago or 3 years ago on TikTok, and I just downloaded and put it on Facebook and Instagram. But go watch that video if you want to see how the flat lay hanger is made. I don't think I put that video out on YouTube, so you have to hop over to Facebook or Instagram to watch that. Your recommended printer to use for Macs? I use a Dymo 4XL. To be honest, Jen, pretty much any thermal printer on the market will work. I do have one linked in my bio under the products we use on a daily basis. I don't currently use that printer, but I've heard great things about it. But I use a Dymo 4XL. Basically, any thermal printer will work. They're all pretty much made the same. Made it Floral Ave, and we're still on for Wednesday. Which red, white, and blue? The one that we're probably going to go to is I'm probably going to go to Hillsboro. The one on Hillsboro Ave. For Wednesday. For sure, we're going to go out Wednesday because I need some footage. So I might actually film a YouTube video that day too. We are in 22 going out today. Let's go. Let's go. I bought a light box. They had some stock over the weekend. So excited. It came in. Looks legit. Nice. So they do have stock. Good. I'm going to check and see if they currently have stock. Because they replaced 25, but on the way to the Amazon warehouse, they were selling some. So they're going to keep replenishing, but because of that video, they're actually selling out before they even get some in stock again. So glad to see they actually have some in stock. I'm going to post a video about it if they do. I'll check it after live. Did the house sell? We are accepting offer today on the house. They're just reviewing the offer, make sure there's no fluff in there that we didn't see. And once they review the offer, then yes, we will be accepting an offer on the house, and then we'll also be putting an offer in on another house today too. We were going to take a HELOC out. I know a lot of you are saying take a home equity line of credit or take out the equity in your house and go buy a house. But the only issue with that was after they explained how much fees were involved in taking the HELOC out, the interest rates and all that stuff on a HELOC, I was like, no, I'm not gonna. Basically, it was almost $4,000 just to take out the HELOC, and I was like, I'm not taking a $4,000 hit just to buy a house, and then I have to sit on this house because I don't know how fast this house was gonna sell too. So it was much safer option just to sell and buy. Basically, we're gonna sell this house on like a Tuesday, and we're gonna buy that house, the next house, on the same exact day. So we're just gonna transfer over the money from one house to another. There's no fees or anything involved, like HELOCs and stuff like that. So that was a safer and better option for my pockets. That's what we went with. I got Our post office to pick up on Friday. Nice, let's go. Yeah, mine pick up every day. I know sometimes they can be difficult, but just if they are difficult, just call the office. And if you have to work your way up the chain, just keep calling because they're supposed to pick up your stuff. So, light blue and purple shirts are my personal hell. Yes, they are hard to take pictures of. But in this light box, as long as you touch on that back screen and you like change the colors on your phone, it should work. I know it's not going to be perfect every time, but it is a lot better than what the flat lay setup was giving me. So that's why I went back with this option. I actually have, this light box comes with 4 lights. I actually have additional lights from my old light box that when I move, I'm probably going to put into this light box, both at the top and at the bottom. So that way I really don't have any issues with lighting in there. Right now I don't have any issues, but I would like it a little bit brighter in there. Sold 22 this weekend. Let's go. They could play We Had Dogs on the Premises. They were all in the house watching them. What you talking about? What are we talking about? Oh, they complained we had dogs on the premises. They were all inside watching them. Got you. Yeah, some post office guys are weird about that. But I will say, Tracy, some of them have PTSD. I got bit by a dog. I never thought I would have PTSD about dogs. I love dogs. I love my dog. I love other people's dogs. But when it comes to pit bulls, I know if people are fans of pit bulls, believe me, people love their pits. I get it. Pits are great. Pits are also one of the worst dogs because I got bit by a pit and I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was standing like a tree. The guy opened the door and the dog came and bit me in the back of the leg for no reason. So pits have this, you know, they have that attitude where they just snap. And ever since then, I've had PTSD about dogs. Literally, if I'm walking down the street and I hear a dog, I will turn. Like, it's just an automatic reaction, whereas before I got bit, I never had that reaction. So most likely that's what the carrier's dealing with. He probably got bit or he probably got chased down by a dog. It's not fun. It's never fun. There was a guy at one of the offices a long time ago that actually got mauled by a dog and passed away because he was in their yard. He opened up their gate, walked to their front door to drop the packages just like he does every single day. The people had their dogs out. He tried to jump over the fence. The dog grabbed the guy's leg, bring him down and mauled him. So it's not fun. It's not, dogs are fun, but also some dogs are not fun. So Family and Green Wednesday, Hillsborough, Red, Wine, Blue. Feel free. You guys can come. We'll probably be on the Hillsborough. I'll confirm that tomorrow during the live, but most likely we'll be out there. Just I'll confirm it because with everything that's going on, we might have to do some things, but I'm pretty sure we'll be there. eBay is the game. Let's go. Sell its closing costs like a house. Don't buy the house with a HELOC. You can get stuck. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, this was a much easier option. It was harder but easier. It's harder in the beginning, easier at the end is basically what they were telling us. So, man, we got lots of comments. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Has more hangers on deck to finish. FYI, let's go. So you guys see it here at first. Hangers will become available within the next couple days, hopefully within the next couple days, and I'll post it on my Facebook. They'll probably sell out within a couple minutes. So I'm doing a designer show on Whatnot tonight. A lot to do. Nice. Drop your, it's on Close Mentor. Cool. So everybody go follow Close Mentor. That Close Mentor page right there on Whatnot. And Dora the Explorer is doing a designer show over there. So everybody go hang out. Question, when I had an item delist and relist on Nifty, does it count towards it? Yes, it does. But what it does, Nadalin, I think is how you pronounce it. What it does is it does it before it was going to, the day before it was going to do it anyway, is when Nifty does it. So every single month on eBay, your items technically get, they don't get delisted and relisted, but they get basically relisted in eBay system and they count as a credit. Every single month it does that. So what Nifty does is the day before it's going to do that anyway, it delists your item, creates a brand new listing, and then puts it out there. So it's not like it's creating an extra credit for you that month. It's just doing what it was already going to do anyway. So I hope that makes sense. It doesn't cause any extra. So could it be the owner's fault? Owner's fault of what? I'm not sure. I'm lost. There's so many comments. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. This is good. This is like old TikTok days. If you guys remember old TikTok days, I would literally have to sit here and be like, answer questions. It's been a while since I've had these kind of lives, so I'm excited right now. Just signed up yesterday with Nifty now. Details to figure. Use your code. Thanks. Awesome. I do have a video, Mike, on my YouTube. If you go to my YouTube and just search Nifty, I have a whole, search Crosslister, I think is how you find it. Search Crosslister and I have a whole tutorial video on Nifty. I don't have one yet on the AI tool because I didn't use it back then, but I plan on making one. I'm just waiting for Nifty, hopefully soon, to make a couple announcements that they were going to do. I don't want to make the video before and then they change a couple things and I have to remake the video like in 2 weeks after that. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. And then I'll have a whole AI video out. So do you watch Cashmere, wool or silk clothing before selling? Most of the time, if I find wool, cashmere, or silk items with stains at the thrift store, I will usually leave them behind because those are, you don't really want to wash those. You would take them to dry cleaners and get them cleaned. So usually we leave those behind, or I'll list them with the flaw. So if there's like a small little spot on like a cashmere piece, I won't wash it. I'll just list it with the spot and let the person know they have to clean it. Or I'll go take it and get it cleaned. But usually I just list it with a small spot and let them know there's a small stain on it. Thanks for the heads up on the Polo Ralph Lauren khaki shorts. Picked them up at Goodwill for $4.50. Sold for 32 plus shy in 2 days. Told you guys. I have plenty today that I have to ship out. Polo Ralph Lauren shorts. I would have never thought that these would sell. I got them in a bulk buy, a bunch of them, and I was like, crap, I got a bunch of these. I really don't want these. I don't think they sell very well. I listed them, and they started selling like hotcakes. And now it's got me thinking how many times I could have picked those up at thrift stores. So nice, good job, Philip. Good job listening and getting that money. Serge's doing a Vegas live stream from the Gentleman's Club. Somebody, by the way, Nick, somebody complained about your comments. I don't care. I love him. I enjoy them, but there was another person that was slightly offended by your comments. It's all jokes, by the way, with surfs. You guys have to understand with surfs, with me, it's all jokes. There's no seriousness. I love it, Nick. Keep them coming, but just thought I'd let you know that somebody messaged me. I was like, he means no harm. He's literally just like me. He's giving it right back to surfs. Probably won't be until next week. The hangers, he got a stack. Gotcha. Cool. So next week hangers, that sounds good because that frees me up because this week is going to be crazy anyway to keep track of all that stuff. So no, I haven't heard back from her on the big announcement yet. I'm actually going to message her today because I was supposed to hear about it like a week ago, and I think she's kind of changing some things that she wanted to do before she puts the announcement out. So I'm going to wait for that to happen. I'm going to message her today though. I got my package from Dora super fast. There you go. See, Dora's got fast shipping time. Let's go. Is there a way to check before opening an eBay account to see if the user shop name you want to use is already in use? You could just search for it on eBay. So just search for your username that you want on eBay and search for users. If nothing pops up, then your username is good to go. That's the only way I know how to check it. So any announcements from Nifty? Any upgrades? Soon. Oh, the dog bite. Yeah. Dog bite was the owner. Yeah, 100% was the owner's fault. The owner opened up the door, let the dogs out, and then he started freaking out, which made the dogs feel like I was the one harming him. I know that's what happened. But it's still, it still causes PTSD when you have something like that happen. Again, I love dogs. I think all dogs are great. Even pits. I love pits. But when that happens to you and you're a mailman, it's something you can't change. Like after that, from now on forevermore, anytime I'm walking down the street, literally I go walk down the street and I hear rustling behind me, I have to turn and look and see if it's a dog. It's all from that one particular moment because I never had that before that moment. So again, I know not all dogs are bad. I know people love their pits. I get it. But out of all the dog bites that we had at the office, I think if I had to throw out an estimate, I'd say more than 90% in that office specifically was pit bulls. So statistics don't lie, but I know pits aren't all bad. I get it. I don't want anybody being offended like K-Way doesn't like my dog. No, your dog's great. I think you're a great owner. That's all I have to say. Is that why it's best to get the larger plan? So when your store gets bigger, it's only 1 cent extra for the limits. Yes, but I would say if you're not close to that bigger plan, if you're not close to maxing out that plan, don't go with the bigger plan. Just go with the smaller plan. If you get close, usually you get close at the end of the month, just pause your listing or start manually listing for that little bit, then download all your listings and cross list. Don't go with the bigger plan just to have it. Really, really make sure you're going to max out that bigger plan. I wouldn't tell you just go with the bigger plan just so I get a bigger commission and be like, everybody should get the bigger plan. No, do whatever plan works best for you. So. Can you explain the process to buying on Whatnot? Thank you. You hook up your credit card. At the bottom, there's a swipe bar. You swipe until you feel comfortable. Whatever price it is, you bid. And then as soon as you bid and you get the item, your card gets charged automatically with the cost of shipping. So every time you buy an item, you get charged shipping automatically. And the reason they do that is so, if they charged at the end of the show and then people's cards all got canceled or they didn't go through, then the person doing the show would have a whole bunch of stuff left over for the next show. So your card gets charged automatically, and then shipping depends on how the user has the shipping set up. For example, our show, everything was set to £1 shipping on our last show. So between 1 and 5 pounds, you get free shipping. So you pay for your first item, and your next 4 are free shipping, and they all get bundled into the same box for you. I should get my hanger in the next day or two. Thanks, KY. Yes, she did ship out all the hangers, by the way. I know some of the tracking is not showing, and I reached out to Trisha and asked her about it. It's because her mailman didn't scan all the packages. So some of them are getting scanned as they are going in the process. So if you bought a hanger and I think there's only one currently not tracking. For whatever reason, it's not tracking. She did ship it. It's just the mailman's a lazy mailman. So I have so much polo shorts that won't sell. Make sure your photos are good. I'll show you later when I start shipping how my photos look. Would you tell Surfs for the first time I get to watch a live without grandbabies? He didn't show up for class. Yeah, that's because I think he just flew out yesterday. He's on his way to open. I think he's in Vegas. He's probably playing the slots or something like that. So thanks for the hanger video. Yes, if you need a hanger, I made that video a long time ago, but somebody was asking for it, so I just reposted it. Start on social media. I started a Facebook about a month ago and really didn't know what to post. So I decided to start posting something and learn as I go. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. You're never going to know what to do at first, but you're slowly going to learn what to do over time. I didn't know what to do at first either. I had no clue. It's not like I blew up from the beginning. It took me years to get to the point where I actually started gaining followers. So no, it's going to be a long process. Just be consistent. Tell yourself every day to post one thing. It doesn't matter if it's a photo post or a video post, or maybe it's just a post just telling about your day and you're writing like, hey, I had a good day today, sold 10 items. This was my best sale. Take a picture of that, put it up. Easy post right there. But be consistent. That's the key to everything. Auto button tool, you have in your Amazon storefront. It works great. Saved my 4 fingers. Love it. There's so many people that made fun of me for that tool. Where is it? This tool right here. They're like, first world problems. This tool right here saves your fingers. If you're buttoning a bunch of shirts every single day, use this tool. It's in my Amazon storefront. I think it's like $8 for this tool. If you have Prime, it's free shipping, so it's literally $8. This goes into the shirt. You pull the button through. You're not having to do it every single time with your fingers. It saves you. I know it's to some people, it's like, I'd rather just button it. Trust me, if you're buttoning like 100 shirts in one day, or 50 shirts, or even 20 shirts, even 10 shirts, by the 10th shirt, your fingers hurt. Your fingers no longer hurt. Also, if you have dexterity issues, this works really great too, just for normal things around the house. So Oliver didn't fit. I had 2 last week. It happens. Don't get discouraged by it. That's just normal. So glad we aren't flying today. Me too. Also, Ethan, we're gonna accept an offer on a house, so get ready within the next like month and a half. I'm gonna need your back, your arms, your everything. Luckily, we won't have much furniture to move because we're getting rid of most of our furniture. So you're actually gonna have an easy shipping or easy move. But yeah, we're accepting an offer most likely today. There's 99.999% chance we're accepting an offer. So I got attacked by a bird on a walk, and I get jumpy around the track. So I can imagine. Oh yeah, birds too. Birds are the worst. There was one lady. I know we're getting into story time. We haven't shipped anything. It's okay. It's a Monday. Who cares? There was a lady at the post office. She had a route. It was called the mall route. She had a mall area and she had a residential area. And one of the residential houses had one of those sparrow birds. They're around this area. They're really annoying birds. And every single day she would walk by the house, these birds would literally attack her. They would come down and like, try to attack her hat. And one of the days they actually pecked through her hat. She had like a blood spot on her head. And yeah, she was like, I don't want to deliver to that house, but she had to. And she got freaked out every time she heard birds too after that. So how you build followers for Whatnot? What mistakes did you make to share to others? How do you build a following? Number one thing is if you have social media, that's the best way to bring people into your Whatnot shows. I know not everybody has social media, but if you're able to advertise to 10 people, 100 people, 100,000 people, obviously you're going to get people to your show. You got to think of Whatnot as more of like a brick and mortar store instead of like eBay. That's where most people get confused. They think, oh, I'm just going to put on a show and there's going to be 100 people there. No. You got to be the one that bring the people to you, which is great because once you build a following, people will come just for you, but you have to build that following. If you want to do it on Whatnot, it's going to take longer, and the key to that is being consistent. Do a show every single Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 8 weeks in a row, and you'll slowly start to build that following. Also, bring your best stuff to the shows. Don't bring the stuff that you can't sell or stuff with flaws just to clear it out, because to be honest, people will see right through that, and you'll understand what you're doing, and they'll never come back to your show. Also, understand in the beginning, it's okay to lose money when you're building a business. So the same thing applies to Whatnot. When you're building up a Whatnot show, it's okay to lose a little bit of money in the beginning to actually grow your audience. So if you have to do more giveaways, if you have to bring better stuff that you know you might lose a little bit of money on, but you know that's going to help bring people to your show, like I call it a chase piece. Like if I bring a Johnny Was like long all over print dress, I know that thing isn't going to sell for what it sells for on eBay, and maybe I go to the store and pay a little bit more for that piece, but that's my cover shot for my show, my actual cover shot that people when they're scrolling they see that Johnny Was dress, brings them into the show, that makes them bid on other items, maybe bid those up to get a good deal on the Johnny Was. And again, when most people are building businesses, they lose money in the beginning. So if you lose money, that's okay. We didn't lose money in the beginning, but we broke even for like the first like probably 8 weeks of Whatnot. I was giving away a ton of really crazy stuff and basically using all the profits to just do giveaways. So yeah, mistakes I made in the beginning. Maybe one mistake I can say, it's not really a mistake, but I wish I would have just started with higher starts in the beginning. We started with dollar starts. We now moved up to like $7 to $10 starts on most of our shows. I should have just started with $7 to $10 starts because it's easier to go down and not up when it comes to start price. It kind of shocks your audience when you go from $1 to a $10 start. So maybe in the beginning, I guess that could be my one mistake. I'll throw that out to you. So is it possible to run a Whatnot by yourself? 100%. I've run many shows by myself. With Kayla on the screen, by the way, I hope most people understand this. With her doing this from this area while I'm back there doing the show, it does help me keep the show flow going, but I don't technically need her here. It adds to the show value. She's in the background kind of bantering back and forth with me. She's also keeping everything going. She's keeping up with chat. She's reading everything. So it does help with that point, but I could do every single Saturday night show all by myself if I wanted to, because all I have to do is just hit run next on the screen on the iPhone. So it might slow down the show like by a couple seconds on each item, but technically I don't need like help in the background. You don't need help. You can do everything by yourself as long as you understand the process of numbering each one of your items as it sells, or if you have everything preloaded, that does help too, so you can just grab and go if people put pre-bids on items. But yeah, you can do the whole thing by yourself. So appreciate you watching that, Francis. Old video, so if you watch that video and I look a little different, it's because it's a really, really old video. Yeah, relists don't count towards, yeah. Delist and relists, yeah, they don't count towards your credits, correct. That is correct, Nick. I think I misread that wrong. So a delist, relist does not count towards a Nifty credit for that month. Nifty credits are only on new listings. So every time you list an item through your inventory dashboard, that is what a credit is used for. If that's what you were asking before. Nick cleared that up completely because I bet you that's what they were asking, and I completely misread that. Local community thrift sale today. Men's, women's clothes, 50 cents. Would you buy things you normally pass on? In that case, yes, probably. If I find a shirt that usually sells really quick for like $15 to $17, I would pick it up for 50 cents because that's good margins. You're paying 50 cents and you're selling it for $17 plus ship all day. I would do that. Different than what I currently do. I think I'll own show and Whatnot soon. Just need to find my space in a tiny house. That will work. I got you. Trust me, we live in a tiny house. As soon as we move out of this house, by the way, we clear everything out. I'm going to do a whole video. Chris has already done a video. Go watch his video. You can see the whole house layout from his video. I'm going to do one too. And I'm going to label that video something like $500,000 from this space or something like that. I'm going to use that as my like clickbait. But this year we are on pace to do $500,000 from this house. And trust me, this house is small. So the next house will be much bigger. We'll have much more room to expand. But you can do it. You can do it from a small house, 100%. Found Lucky Brand jeans, new with tags, $32.30. Goodwill paid $5.99. Let's go. Love the buttoning tool. I do too. People made fun of me for it, but yeah. So what? Everybody loves it. Good morning. I sold a bracelet on eBay and the buyer paid and asked if I could send the tracking number and write eBay number on the envelope. Should I do? You can do that. Most likely what they're doing is they're actually shipping it overseas to a new buyer. So they actually sold that item before they bought it from you. So that's why they're asking for that, because it goes to a reshipper. So what they're going to do is they're going to look for that little tracking number or that little number that you put on the outside. That way they can just take your envelope, stick it in another package and ship it out. If you don't do that, it's not the end of the world. They're just going to have to open the package. You're just making their job a little easier is all that is. By the way, that's a great buyer. Don't feel afraid to ship to somebody like that, because if they're a reshipper, there's basically no way they can return that item. They would have to ship it overseas. If their buyer has an issue with it, they would have to ship that item back to the person that bought it from you, and then they would have to ship it back to you. So basically that never happens. So you don't really have to worry about that person. They're gonna buy that item. You're never gonna see it again. I'm sorry to help have. Oh yeah, you got your mouth surgery. You should be good. We'll a month and a half. If you're not healed by then, you're just being a baby. I'm just kidding. Congrats on selling the house. We had an offer on both. We agreed on Saturday night, and then yesterday they notified us that they changed their mind. So unfortunately, yeah, yeah, I hear you. Luckily ours came through. We had a bunch of lowball offers. We dropped the price a little bit again, and we immediately got hit with like, I think there was like 3 offers way under market, all cash offers, and I was just like, oh, not this again. But luckily we had somebody come in. Seems like I think he's a younger guy. It's going to be his first house, and he doesn't mind putting a little work into it to make it worth more money. So that's probably what he's going to do. He sounds like a really legit buyer, so we're pretty happy. So they went super popular. Thanks bunches. There you go. I love it. I love it. Make sure you're cross-posting those all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for your shorts. Just take the short. I would make it in your camera roll, Dora, or make it in a app where you can create it and then download it to your camera roll and then just post it on all sites. You can also have programs do it for you, but it's super easy to just do it by yourself. Make profit, but will not have as much left over as planned after you purchase your new house that's being built. Will till make profit, but will not have as much left over as planned after the purchase. Oh, you mean for your offer? Got you. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. So, I'm sorry. Move to a bigger house? Yes, much bigger house. Much bigger house. And this is why you should always report your taxes. Everybody who says, I get those comments all the time when I put out the videos, and they're like, when I put out like how much I made or whatever, and they're like, wait till we tell the IRS how much you're making. I'm like, I pay my taxes. Clearly, I pay my taxes because I'm able to buy a house. If I didn't pay my taxes, I wouldn't have enough to be able to purchase a house because they're looking at my tax records. Because that's the only way they can look at what I'm making is based off my tax records. So always pay your taxes, folks. No matter how much money you make in your business, report all of it. Because if you ever need to buy a house, you need as much profit. Show as much as you can how much money your business is bringing in to be able to get a place. So. What were some of the good items you bought at TJ Maxx and Marshall's Yellow Tag event? I'm going to get into that right now. I see a bunch more comments. I'm way behind on comments. So if you guys give me some time, I'm going to ship some items out, and then I'll come back and I'll have you guys re-comment all your comments because I'm so far behind. I want to get to shipping, show you guys what sold this weekend. So let's go ahead and get started. We got one Depop order. This is this Ralph Lauren shirt. Sold for $35. This is that all over horse print. By the way, I'm not going to lie. I literally had like 40 offers on this shirt on Depop. I accepted like 16 of them, and one person finally paid for the shirt. So $35. Shout out Depop for their horrible offer policy. Let me grab some bags really quick. Horrible offer policy. Takes forever for people to finally pay for their stuff. And luckily this person did. I'm going to have to grab more bags in a second. Hey, Kayla, can you grab some of these white priority bags from the garage? I'm almost out. But yeah, Depop's horrible offer system. Finally got a sale on this. I knew it was going to sell because I had so much traction. I must have been on like the front page of Depop or something with this shirt. But $35. If you guys saw this, I picked this up at Goodwill a while ago. I think I paid $10.68 for it. So there's not much fees on Depop. I probably paid like $1 something in fees. Sold it for $35. Nice little profit right there. Paying taxes is overrated. Yeah, facts. I wish we didn't have to. Hopefully the governor in Florida gets us to not pay property tax. That would be freaking lovely. I would love to not have to pay property tax because we do have higher property taxes where we're moving. Let's see. Hold on. All right, here's a TJ Maxx and Marshall's find. It's not a huge profit item, but it sold really quick, and that's why I grabbed it. This is a Johnny O men's hat. It's called the rope hat because it's got that little rope going all the way across right there. I paid $6 for this at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. It sold for $15, which isn't a great profit, I know, but it sold in like 3 days after I listed it. Let me see exactly. It sold 6 days after I listed it, so I knew it would sell fast just based off that. I was like, I can't leave behind an easy profit. Plus, I put this on my credit card, so I technically didn't use any of my own money because the credit card's already paid off. I'm using my profits to pay for my credit card bill, so if you think of it that way, it's a really good move. Easy money right there. My accountant forgot to submit my 2023 taxes. The only thing that saved me from life ruining fines is that I paid my taxes. Never worth the risk. Yeah, pay your taxes. No matter how much money you make, no matter where you make it, make sure you report everything. Even if you make $600 because you promoted an Amazon product and you only made $600 that year, but it wasn't the 20,000 you have to report. Still report that $600 because you might need that $600. You might need that to bump up your income just a little bit. So, except someone offers on Depop, and they asked if I had another size after I accepted. That's a typical Depop buyer right there. Gosh, Depop. I'm gonna pack that hat up in a box, by the way. That's why I didn't put it in a bag yet. I don't want to put it in a bag because it'll get ruined. Next up, let me go through this. This is a men's 3XB Polo Ralph Lauren Polo, brand new with tags. You guys know where I got this from, right? TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Let me see what it's sold for. Trying to find it. Those are the chinos. That's the hat. There it is. This one sold for $45. If I remember correctly, I paid $20 for these. All of the big and tall sizes, weirdly, were a lot cheaper than the normal sizes. So like large and extra large were $26 at most of the stores. Big and talls were only $20. So I was like, I'm grabbing all the big and talls. It sold really quick. This one was listed for a whopping 6 days as well. So 6 days. Probably listed this the same day I listed the Johnny O hat, and it already sold. So quick little sale. Again, profit's not the same as like thrift store profits, paying $5 and selling something for $35. You're going to get a lot more margin with that. But new with tag items sell a lot faster, so that's the benefit. I bought a bunch of vintage trucker hats and concert pins over the weekend. I'm trying to see if those will boost sales on Depop and Mercari. Nice. Let's go. Hey, cheaper items will help move for sure. Trying to get to the point where you're good to list more. The tax in California make me want to move out. Oh yeah, I don't know why anybody even lives in California with taxes. I get it, California's a beautiful place, but the taxes there are wild. Freaking wild. Like if I lived in, I would have to make so much more money if I lived in Cali just to pay for all the stuff that's in Cali that's more expensive. Housing, cost of living, all that stuff is more expensive there. On top of the fact you're getting taxed out of your eye sockets every single year. It's just, I don't know why people live there. It's too much money. Would love someone to explain exactly how to ship properly. I'm so lost. Right now I'm shipping Poshmark orders with Poshmark. They give you a priority mail label. All the labels are priority mail. And you can use any free priority mail packaging. When it comes to eBay, you're going to put in your weight and dimensions, and then most of the time you're going to ship ground advantage, and you're going to throw it into your own poly bag. You'll see that in a little bit. I'll kind of explain it when I get to eBay orders. I love Depop messages. Someone mentioned me, hey bruh, let me get free shipping. I get people all the time too. It's similar to the other one that's like, hey, I accept your offer, but your shipping's too much. Can you give me free shipping? Or it's too much. Can you take like $10 off the price? I'm like, I've already accepted your offer. Get out of here. Like, why would I? That doesn't make any sense. I've already accepted. You're already committed to the offer. What are you doing? Polo Ralph Lauren Preston pants. These are just regular chino pants. Nothing crazy about these. These sold for $20 plus shipping. I got these in that huge bulk buy. This was with those shorts too. I was kind of upset because I was getting so many of these, but they actually sell. So if you get them cheap enough, buy them. $4 into $20. I'll do that all day. A little bread and butter. I live in Florida too. Would be not paying property taxes. By the way, I think property taxes, like most people probably feel, is an absolute scam. Even if you own the house, you still got to pay taxes on your house. How does that make any sense? That's like buying like a soda at the store, and then a year later you got to pay taxes on the soda that you've already consumed and you paid for. It doesn't make any sense. So I'd love for them to get rid of that. Just doesn't make any sense. We already pay so much in taxes buying things normally. Why do we got to pay property taxes? I don't have a mortgage, so hard to complain. Yes, and that's my next goal. Once we move into this house, I think my goal is going to change from. I think my goal is going to go back to trying to pay my house off as fast as I can, because I didn't enjoy this selling process. If I owned my house, it would have made this process so much easier, because I could have just moved and I could have easily got a mortgage for the next house and then slowly sold this house off. I didn't have to move so fast. So that's the next goal. I think. Yes, it makes sense to slowly pay off your mortgage because the interest rate, you can put your money elsewhere and make a lot more money on it. But to be honest, it makes life so much easier if you just don't have a mortgage. So this is not a great sale, but this is okay because Kayla got to wear this for like a year. This is a Beyond Yoga tank top. Kayla got this a while ago at the thrift store. I don't remember what we paid for it. She used it for a season. She didn't like it anymore, so we decided to sell it, and we got 12 $12 for it. So again, not a huge sale, but we got to sell something in our closet. That's the benefit of being a reseller too, is you can sell stuff that you don't use anymore, make a little bit of money on it. Whereas most people would just take this and throw this and donate it. We can make a little bit of money on it to use for other purposes. How do you do flat rate shipping when shipping is more? How do you do flat rate shipping when shipping is more? So flat rate shipping, all it is you're charging the customer $7. If the shipping costs more than $7, you eat that cost. It's not like when you go buy your label on eBay, you're buying a $7 label. No, sometimes the labels only cost $5.32. You just charge the buyer $7 to cover that shipping cost. So yeah, you could sometimes you underestimate the shipping and it ends up being more than that, and you just eat the cost. But for the most part, you'll see later on today when I name off my shipping prices for eBay, usually it's always under $7. Spent countless hours last night reviewing shipping and reviewing my store. I'm going flat rate. I wanted to watch one of your videos. I think you have a video. I do have a video on creating flat rate shipping, but if you want to see my flat rate settings, since we have a couple questions on that, I'll show my settings really quick. Let me find it real quick. Business policies. Here's my business policies page. Sorry. By the way, appreciate all the questions. We got so many questions here today. This is awesome. I appreciate you guys. Here's my business policy page. What we're going to do is we're going to click on shipping. So it just brings in my shipping policies. I have one for $7. That's ground advantage. I charge a flat rate of $7. That's usually anything under a pound gets charged at $7 ground advantage. Then I have one for items that are like 3 pounds or more. I charge $12 priority shipping because usually those go into the big priority mailboxes. Usually $12 covers that. If I do have any extra cost, I eat that cost, no big deal. Usually these items are more expensive items anyway, so I can eat a little bit more cost. I have one for jeans. I probably should have just left it at ground advantage because nobody selects the padded flat rate option. But basically these two options are the same. If something is over a pound to 2 pounds, I do a $10 ground advantage. If they're a pair of jeans, I do have a jeans for the padded option because it's easy to slide those in. But both these policies are basically the same. The only difference is this one has a padded option, so they can choose padded flat rate. Then I have the shoes option. This is a calculated policy. This is not flat rate. It's based off of the weight and dimensions and how far the item is going shipping wise. So that's just specifically for shoes. And then this is a copy. I don't know why this is copied actually. I got to move these back up here. This is the same policy as this. Sometimes eBay copies a policy like this and it just adds it to the bottom. It's kind of weird. So what I'm going to do is later on today, I'll move these 3 listings up to this. So this will say 2004 and then I'll delete this policy. It happens sometimes where eBay just does this randomly. I don't know why. But those are my policies right there for shipping. Super easy to do. If you want to see the video for shipping policies, let me go to my YouTube channel really quick. I'll show you guys what to click on. How do I go to my view your channel? There we go. That's what I want to do. Hey, we're live right now. Videos. The eBay shipping policy video is right here. So if you go to my old Nifty video, you'll see the old Nifty videos right here. And then the shipping policy videos right here. So this is how you create business policies. That's the Nifty. So if you need to see how Nifty works right here, Nifty is going to require you to have business policies to cross-list to eBay. So that's why I made this video right after that. But those 2 videos are right there on my page. Go watch them if you need a little tutorial guide on that. Love wearing my finds and then sell it. Yep, I love it too. Make a little bit of money. I have a bunch of Viore shorts I actually got to bring to Whatnot show here pretty soon that I need to kind of get rid of. I know someone who just sold a house in Cali 3 years for over 400K profit. Yes, but also here in Florida, you can do the same thing. For example, we bought our house for 165 technically, and we're selling it for 290. We didn't buy it 3 years ago though. We bought it a long time ago, but they bought it in the downturn market. But yes, you can do the same thing here in Florida. If we would have bought a $300,000 house, like the house that's across the street from us, you could have bought for, when we bought our house, those were like 350. Those houses now are worth like 700, 800,000. So I think it's pretty much everywhere. They have that same like increase, but yeah, the taxes there. Taxes here are a lot better than taxes in Cali. That's for sure. Taxes in Cali are wild, wild, wild. All right. North Face down jacket. This is a kid's North Face down jacket. We paid $8.03 for this at Red, White, and Blue, and this one sold for $45 over on Poshmark. Down jackets are starting to move. That's a good sign. I like it. I like them down jackets selling. That means winter is right around the corner. people are starting to buy down jackets. Also, look in the kids section for down jackets. You can find them all the time, really cheap. Like that one was only $8. What?
There's a nope rope right there.
There's a what?
A nope rope. You see it?
A nope rope. Oh, there's a snake. You call it a nope rope? She sees a snake in the backyard. She called it a nope rope.
Where'd it go? Oh, it's so cute.
Let it stay out there. It'll kill off. Oh, I see it right there. Yeah, it's right in the middle of the yard.
Little black
Oh,
racer.
there it goes.
They don't do nothing.
No, they're just there to eat the bugs, eat the lizards and stuff. The nope rope. Yes, there's a $5.50 down jacket. Yes. Nope rope. I never heard them called a nope rope before. Spaghetti noodle? Nope rope? I like nope rope better. All right, let's ship out some orders for eBay. Starting with this. Can you grab some more bags, dude? These bags right here? I don't know where they are. I need another pack of them. All right, starting with, this is a men's Ariat shirt, I believe. Let me see really quick. Yep, men's Ariat shirt. Men's size small, sold for $24.99. This one has a good pattern to it. If it was a bigger size, I would have got more money for it. But because it's a small size, I just listed it for $24.99. I noticed when I was editing my policies last night, it looked like my business policies doubled. Was very confusing. Yeah, it probably did, and that's like an eBay glitch. It's most likely why mine doubled too. It's just an eBay glitch. You just got to go in. It's super easy to move your listings from one policy to the other, and then when you do, you can just delete that old policy once you have and once it says 0 listings active on the right-hand side, you can just delete that policy. What do you need? Oh, you need something in the little jar. All right, this, again, we charge $7 flat rate shipping for this, and this only shipped out for $5.60. So that's why it's $7 I feel is good, because you have a little bit of leeway, just in case. Just in case. By the way, we got 26 eBay orders going out, so we're gonna be shipping pretty quick here. A spicy noodle, that's what somebody said. Call it a spicy noodle. All right, these are Peter Manning pants. We sold the other pair the other day. These sat in my store forever. The other pair sold like last week. We sold the navy blue pair. Then this one sells the next week after. $20.70. If you remember, we bought these for $1 at Goodwill. This was that sale day where they do dollar certain tags. And the other, not in our area, but in the town next to us, they do dollar days. And we got this for $1, sold for $20.70. Do you allow returns on your policy? I do. I do free returns and buyer pays return shipping. For an item like this that's over £1, it's buyer pays return shipping. Anything under £1, usually I'd give free shipping, free returns on those, because it's not that expensive to return those items anyway. So anything that's over £1, buyer pays return. Just because most of the time when I facilitate a return on those, it ends up being that I lose money, so that's why I do buyer pays return. $8.50 on this one. I did a $10 shipping on that one. $10 shipping. Appreciate all the questions too. Keep the questions coming. Also, we got over 100 people in here for like the first time like in a while. It's been TikTok days. I used to have what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, TikTok days. I used to have over 100 people like every single week. And now between Facebook and YouTube, I have over 100. So I appreciate all you guys coming in. Time frame returns 30 days. 30 days.
Is the light box gonna bother you?
No, you can do it. You can do it. People are just gonna stare at your butt. You're gonna give them a show.
Sorry.
Another pair of Polo Ralph Lauren shorts. These are actually pleated. These are like that old men style, but these still sell if you didn't know. Pick them up. These sold for $22.99 plus ship. Just a basic pair. We sold so many of these, by the way, on Whatnot for like $7 this week. So if you guys don't think you can make some money on our Whatnot shows, people got like 3 or 4 pairs of these for $7 a piece, and they're gonna sell them for $22.99. These were only listed for like, let me see how long these were listed for actually. I'm kind of curious. Polo Ralph Lauren pleated pants. What size are these two? They're a size 34. Men's 34. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Oh, 2XL. You have so many eBay sales, so I gotta go through this slow. Why is it not here? No, that's not it. Where are you at? 34 shorts. Hold on, I want to get the days. Maybe I can't find it. I'm probably looking right past it. Oh, they were there. They were listed for 15 days. So 15 days, these sold 15 days later. That's pretty crazy. Celebrating today, I just got my 100th review on eBay today. Let's go. Hoping next few months it will dramatically increase my sales. Currently at 1,500 revenue. Let's go. Brittany, that's awesome. Hitting 100 reviews. That is dope. I don't even know how many reviews I'm on. That's awesome. How do you build followers for Whatnot? Sorry for all the questions. No, feel free to ask as many questions as you want. I answered this a little earlier. I'll give you a little quick rerun. I think number one is consistency, being consistent with your shows, not doing pop-up shows, not like Tuesday night I got a little extra time, so I'm just going to schedule a show for tonight. No, you need to schedule your shows in advance. You need to treat your shows like a what do you call those? What do you call those shows that come on every single week at the same time, Kayla?
What?
Like a show like Grey's Anatomy when it comes on every single week. What is that show called? Like it's not a soap opera, but what is it called? Sitcom, like a sitcom show or something like that, where it's like every Monday at a series or something like that. Every Monday at 8 p.m. you know your show's on. You should treat your shows on Whatnot like the same thing. Every single Monday at 8 p.m. you got a show. Try to bring your best inventory. Don't try to bring junk that's not selling. Try to bring your best inventory for those shows. Also, if you can curate shows too, like create a theme to your shows, I think that really helps too. So if you can do like an all kids show, like we did that the last day, or all men's show, or all polo show, all golf show, things like that, they really bring out that certain buyer that will be willing to pay up a little bit more for your stuff. Men's basic polo Ralph Lauren long sleeve orange shirt. Nothing crazy about this one. This one sold for $22.99 plus ship. A series, yeah, like a series. A series. Send a backpack in a poly mailer? Yeah, of course. If it's in a poly mailer, ship it. The backpack's not going to get damaged. Just imagine how rough your kids are with backpacks. They aren't going to get damaged. Unless it's like a vintage backpack that you feel like maybe the zipper is not as strong. But I think any backpack in a poly bag will be perfectly fine. Kids went back to school today. Yes, they went back to school today too. We are celebrating. After this, we're probably going to go get some lunch. And we're going to relax, wait for us to accept this offer, and then we're going to put in an offer on a new house too. So today's going to be a relaxing celebration day.
She's calling.
Oh, she is? You can answer it. Yeah. She probably sees I'm live. Is my question in, but I had to see. No worries. You can repeat questions. I actually like when people ask me the same question multiple times because I answer it so fast. It makes me look really smart, but really I'm just answering the same question. So really I'm not as smart as I act or look. I don't look very smart either. Next up, Pendleton Shetland wool. Good piece right here. Shetland wool Pendletons are ones you really need to look out for. They have it literally says Shetland wool down here. It's like a special kind of wool. People really like them. This one sold for full price, $49.99. Again, this is another wintertime item that is selling, which is really good. That means winter sales are right around the corner, and if you know, winter items usually sell for more than summertime items do. So usually your average sales price will go up. You'll get more money for your items. So yeah, get those items listed because they're starting to move for me. That's the second like heavier jacket style item that sold this weekend. Approximately what time on we go first thing in the morning, so 9 a.m. What's up? What? Oh.
Okay.
$7.36 is what this shipping out for. Buyer paid $10. Faith, we usually go right when it opens, so 9 a.m. is usually when we hit the store. We're probably gonna go to Hillsborough store because we haven't been there in so long. Oh, I just ran out of labels, chat. I just ran out of labels. Did a great job moving quick in your Whatnot shows. So many people ramble for 2 minutes. Oh yeah, that's one thing I saw, Nick. I saw the same thing in other people's shows, and I was like, you know what? I can't do it. Like your whole purpose of Whatnot is to be fun and exciting, but also be fast because that's what people like. Because they like fast pace. So that's why we actually went to 10-second sudden death. Here's another thing too. I want to explain to you guys. Once you build a following, I think that you should go to sudden death auctions. One, it speeds up your show. Two, you actually make more money on those items that you're selling. I know it sounds weird because you would think that if you do a regular auction and the item is getting bid a couple times, it'll actually speed up and it'll actually make you make more money. But actually creating that sense of urgency makes people bid a little bit higher. It also speeds up your show so you don't lose people. Because if something's getting bid on and it's like it turns into a 30 or 45 second auction, you're going to lose some people that are waiting for other auctions. Whereas if you can do sudden death, you're just every 15 seconds you got a new item in front of their face. There's more chance they're going to stick around for more of those items coming. So keep that in mind. When you're first building, do regular auctions. Once you build, do sudden death. You're gonna build your audience much faster, and you're gonna keep the people in your show. You also get to run less giveaways too because you're running 15 items by the time one giveaway is ran. So then you can do another giveaway, run another 15 items. Where as opposed if you do regular auctions, it might be 30 minutes before you can run that next the next giveaway. Can you grab me one of the labels down there too? I just ran out of labels. I got you working over there today. How much space does your business take now? I'm in a tiny office. We have this room right here, and we have the garage space, and that's where all of our. We don't have any more inventory except for a closet space with suits. Everything else is we don't really use our house. I know you see that stuff over there, but those are just like incoming packages that are sitting there. But that's it. What would you say your average profit per piece is? I can tell you that in 1 second. Hold on. Let me load my Dymo really quick. Let me load the Dymo. We used a bunch of labels this weekend on our whatnot, and we're out of labels. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna double print me a label, even though I don't need that label. What's your average profit per piece? Here's my Nifty. Good thing about Nifty is when I get a question like this, average sales price, average order profit. I know you see a lot of lower dollar sales, but a lot of them are, I got a lot of higher dollar sales that offset that. So $24.76 average profit. I do have to put in some, I have to put in some buy costs in there and stuff. So this might be a little inflated, but right around that price. Say like 20 bucks is average profit per unit, and that's average sales price. So hope that helps. Nifty for the win. Can literally just pull that up and show all that. I'm gonna skip around some questions. I'm sorry, I'm skipping a lot today because we got a lot to do, and I missed so many questions already. I apologize. Have you started listing winter items? I haven't yet. We still list like that Pendleton we just listed like a month ago because I know Pendleton will sell year round, but we really haven't listed heavy winter items yet. That'll happen within the next couple weeks. To be honest, we didn't store too much this season either, so we don't really have too much winter items stored away like we did the previous season because we've had this house sale and all that stuff. We really haven't been sourcing. Like last year, we went sourcing 3 days a week, like pretty much religiously every week. Whereas this year, we've only gone sourcing like maybe 1 day a week. So I love sudden death. Can you exchange tracking your sales process throughout the show? Good question. These we do random pulls. We do like we name the listing random pull, and then we number it like quantity of 200, right? So you have a quantity of 200 random pull. When you run the first one, it'll say random pull number 1. Then you put when that sells, you put the number 1 placard on there. When it says random pull number 2, when you run the next one, it'll say random pull number 2 at the bottom. It automatically increases the count. So every time you sell an item, you put the next number in the sequence. By the way, these are linked in my link tree under the products we use on a daily basis. You can buy these from Amazon. They're really cheap. Buy them in packs of 200 also, because some of the shows you're going to do are bigger. You really want more numbers. But yeah, every time we sell an item, we just throw a number on there. And at the end of the show, when we're shipping, we just look at the listing. It'll say somebody bought random pull number 3 and random pull number 7. So you just go to your rack, you grab number 3 and grab number 7, ship those items out together. Easy peasy. It makes it super simple, super easy. You don't have to worry about taking photos beforehand. It also adds excitement to the show because people don't really know what item's coming up next. So can't wait to do sudden death on whatnot. Yeah, it's growing. Once you get to the point you feel like sudden death will work, try it one of your shows. Trust me, you'll probably never go back because you'll see people really like the sudden death aspect. Next up, we got a poncho shirt, brand new with tags. I got only a few of these left. They're all size medium. For some reason, medium didn't sell as well. These other sizes, all the other sizes are sold out. Sold for $50. I'm just taking best offers on these, trying to get these to move. How do you track who buys them though? That's all tracked within Whatnot. So if Katina, is that how you pronounce her name? If you bought number 7 and number 3, Whatnot tracks that for you. And remember, they charge the buyer automatically, so you don't have to worry about a failed payment or anything like that. It automatically is tracked. So I signed up for a new platform called Prairie Grit, something like that. I've been on for maybe a couple months now. It's a slow start. But just this weekend alone, I got 4 sales, more than any other platform. Selling fees around 10%-ish. Long term, I see positive. It is new. I see some bugs to work out, but it's providing nice. Prairie Grit. Never heard of that platform. I don't think I've ever heard of that platform. Prairie Grit. What is it like for selling clothes, or is it selling for anything, Andrea? Can you sell anything on Prairie Grit? Yeah, I don't think I would ever move there. Move my stuff to there because I don't have a cross-listing tool that does it. And if it doesn't give that many sales, it's got to be really easy for me to move my inventory over there. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. But hey, could be Could be like a platform Nifty can add on and then make a couple extra sales if it's easy to cross list over there. I will say most likely they won't add it until there's most of those kinks worked out, because you really don't want any errors on a platform that you're selling on. But it could be another little alternative. Next up, we got a Neely Lowton top. This is a Kayla pickup. Neely Lowton's a great brand. The blouses don't do as well as the pants and the jeans. Jeans can sometimes sell for $100. This just sold for $30. So $30, $29.99 plus ship. We paid $7.47 for this at the thrift store. This has been listed for a while too. It wasn't a fast sale, probably because of that size. It took a little bit to sell, but selling, and it's going out for 6 ounces. I'm gonna try to speed up shipping here, chat, so just bear with me. I'm gonna be talking fast, answering questions, because the mailman should be here in like an hour, and I want to make sure I get through this. And again, appreciate all the questions that came in this morning. We had a lot of people hanging out, and it doesn't really happen on Mondays. Probably because Surfs wasn't here. I should just try to get his account banned, and then I'll have all of you every single week, and then you just have to deal with me. Because he got me banned on TikTok, by the way, so I think I should ban him on Facebook and YouTube. He's the one that reported my account. I know he did. He's like that. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren men's t-shirt, just a plain t-shirt but with a big spell out on the front. This one sold for $20.70 plus shipping. Buyer Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted. You can list anything, but so far my vintage is doing well. Got you. So it's kind of like a Depop almost. Like AI, it's new, but I see a positive future. Nice, let's go. That's awesome. Hey, there's going to be lots of competitors in this space over the next couple years that pop up, because selling online is growing, especially pre-owned market is growing significantly. So I could see a lot of different platforms coming on. By the way, that shirt was a 2XL. It definitely helped it sell too. I have a bunch of stuff in my store that I purchased when I first started reselling that I was thinking of just going live to clear my inventory and whatnot. You can do it. You can try it, do dollar starts if you just want to clear it out. You don't really care what it goes for, introducing her. But I will say, if you want to grow your audience on whatnot, don't just bring all the junk that's not selling for you, because that's what people are going to expect from you. So maybe work some of those pieces in with some better pieces, and slowly clear those out. That's what I would say. Just be cautious of just bringing a bunch of like stuff that's not selling. I call it junk. I know it's not junk, but if you're not selling it, then other people would consider it junk. So just be careful. Next up, Red Van Lee Polo. This was a TJ Maxx Marshalls pickup. Sold for $36. If I remember correctly, I was paying $20 a piece for these. I just took a best offer on this one. We literally just listed it too. It was the last item that was in our inventory system, so it was just listed, and it sold really quick. Love picking these up. Again, profit on these aren't amazing, but you sell them so fast that you might as well grab them and make that little bit of money. Did anyone pull the trigger on the home? Sorry if I missed it. Yeah, so we're accepting an offer today on the house, most likely. Accepting an offer today on the house, and then we're putting an offer in on another house today. So somebody did pull the trigger. They actually went over our ask a little bit with some contingencies, so it worked out really, really good. So yeah, we're excited. Put an offer on another house, and then just gotta pray that everything goes through perfect on both sides. There's no issues, because now we have two. Like, normally when you buy a house, you only got to worry about your financing, but we're selling and buying, so we got to worry about their financing and our financing falling through on both of these. But I think based off of the offer and everything like that, I think we're going to be safe. It's not going to be that big of an issue. Next up, Peter Millar, brand new tag long sleeve shirt, another TJ Maxx and Marshalls pickup. Again, paid $20 for this. It sold for $42 plus shipping. As you can see, lots of TJ Maxx and Marshalls sending. When you send offers to likes, do you allow counters? So when I send them on Nifty, I don't allow a counter offer on Poshmark. I do 10% off offers unless they like 2 items, and then Nifty will bundle them together and then send a 10% offer for me. But yeah, if I send an offer on Nifty, oh no, on Poshmark they can counter. On eBay they can't counter. So yes, Poshmark I allow counter offers. eBay I don't. eBay is a 10% out offer, and they either have to accept or decline it, and they have to send their own offer if they want to do it that way. But that's all done by Nifty. So if you don't know, if you're new here, this is Nifty right here. So dashboard. Go to the dashboard really quick. This is Nifty. This is how many shares I've done today. I've done 1,232 shares, 16 party shares, 181 community shares. I've sent out 8 offers on Poshmark, followed 20 people back, sent out 31, 2, and 4 offers on eBay, Mercari, and Depop, and then recreated 38 items, recreated 38 items, and then recreated 38 items on all 3 of those platforms. So those are delist and relist, freshens up the listing for me. This is all done in the background. I haven't had my computer on all day. I'll shut this off and it'll keep going all day long. That's what Nifty does for you, along with cross listing and analytics tool and AI creating listings and all that stuff. Nifty is great for that. I'm gonna throw the link in the bio too. It's about a lot of Nifty, not link in the bio, link in the description or in the chat. If you want to sign up for Nifty, if you use this link, you get 7 days free limited trial, so you'll be able to use some of the features and see how well they work. And then if you like it, you get 15% off your first month. So it's a good little deal for anybody that likes it. I have 4 bins that I haven't pictured or logged yet, and I want to sell and whatnot. How do I even get folks to come to the first show? Put out the show like 2 weeks in advance, name the show, whatever you're selling, put a nice cover photo on, and then just leave it up, because people will search for certain things on Whatnot, and Whatnot will push your lives up near the top right before you go live anyway. And then just go live and then expect there not to be a lot of people there on your first show. If you don't advertise it on social media or you have some way to advertise it, usually there won't be many people there, but don't worry, because the first show, you don't want a ton of people there. I think a lot of people wish there was 100 people in their live. But just imagine if it's your first show and you don't know how to run Whatnot because you're just learning how to do it, and you have 100 people yelling at you to run an item, and you're just trying to figure out how to get that item to run. You're going to get so flustered. It's good to have 3 or 4 people in your show and slowly grow that so you can learn all your mistakes and your flaws, and you don't have to, rush to get things done because you have, less people in your show. So it's actually a benefit. I know some people want 100 people, but it's actually a benefit not to have 100 people in your first show. So that way you can kind of learn slowly instead of learning all at once. Polo Ralph Lauren 2XLT Polo, again, brand new with tags, TJ Maxx fine. This one sold for $42. Lots of TJ Maxx and Marshalls fines going out the door. Using your code, love it. LP looks perfectly. Yes, I used to promote List Perfectly, by the way. Hope it's funny. It's funny you say that. Yeah, I used back in the day. That's what I used to use for cross listing, and then Nifty came out. I was using Nifty, aka Auto Posture, back in the day. I was using their automation tool and using List Perfectly. As soon as Auto Posture now Nifty came out with a cross listing tool, I switched over because it's so much easier. So much easier to use. Anybody who's using List Perfectly right now, just try Nifty. Trust me. Just go with what Hope said. Just try it. It's so much easier, so much more efficient, so much better. So much better. If List Perfectly was better, I'd be pushing List Perfectly still. It's not because I'm not pushing it. Buying and selling at the same time is so stressful. Yes, I know. I know it's going to be stressful, but I think everything's going to go through easy peasy on both sides. I know everything's going to go through on our side easy peasy, because not only do we have, we're not financing the full amount that we were pre-approved for. We're actually financing quite a bit lower because we don't want to be overspending. We want to be more frugal. It's part of being a reseller, is being frugal about what you do and what you buy. And on top of that, we have a good amount of cash saved up. So just in case something comes up and we have to put a little bit of money, extra money down or something like that, or pay for something beforehand, we have the money to do so. So we're not worried about that. I'm just worried about the person buying our house, which is actually the way you want it to be. You don't want it to be the opposite way, because if his financing was good and ours was bad, and for whatever reason his sale went through, then we would be out of a house, looking for a house with with all this inventory just sitting waiting to be used. So sold. So yeah, I'd rather have it that way anyway. So we do have some pluses to this whole situation. Ralph Lauren long sleeve plaid shirt. Is it long sleeve? Yeah, it's a long sleeve plaid shirt. $22.99 plus ship. Bread and butter sale. Also 10 to 20 sales in an hour is amazing for me on Whatnot. Yes, I think people underestimate that too. If you don't have 100 people in your show, but you sell 5 items in an hour, and you typically sell 5 items a day on eBay, then you're already good to go. You're selling more, so you just need to focus on that. Make sure you continue to let agents show you houses on a contingency contract. We actually have somebody who was supposed to come over today, but I don't know if they are now that we're accepting the offer. But yeah, maybe I'll talk to them about that. I thought that when we accepted an offer, we basically don't have to show the house anymore, but maybe we should. It'd be pretty hard to show the house though when we're packing it up. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm dealing with how the weight of items like dresses and shirts and stuff on Whatnot gives you scale of what your items may be the weight, but I don't know. So I'm just asking. So Vera, What I would suggest is always overestimate on Whatnot. And the reason why it's okay to overestimate on Whatnot but not on like eBay is because between, like I said before, between 1 and 5 pounds, the buyer gets free shipping. So if you're shipping out a bunch of shirts like this, but you don't know if this shirt weighs a pound because it's a little bit heavier than a size large, because this is a, I think, 3XLT, set the shipping to a pound and just let your buyers know you're going to buy one item and you're going to pay for shipping, and then your next 4 items are going to be free shipping. Because remember, between 1 to 5 pounds is free shipping. So you can actually overestimate, and the buyer actually still gets a really good deal. So if somebody bought, if this shirt technically only weighed 15 ounces and the buyer bought 4 or 5 15-ounce shirts, they're paying less than they would pay on eBay, on any platform really besides Poshmark, because the shipping is basically a flat rate cost up to 5 pounds. It's really, really cheap for the buyer. So overestimating doesn't really hurt you on Whatnot. That's what I would suggest. 5XLT, sorry, this is a 5XLT Polo Ralph Lauren brand new with tag shirt. Got this from TJ Maxx. This sold for full price, $59.99 plus shipping. Easy money. Easy money. Suggestions for those that I purchased in the very beginning that were mistakes, the learning process. You can clear those out on Whatnot. I mean, like I said, I would slowly clear those out on your shows. Bring good items, but bring your items that aren't really moving. And mix those into your show, so you don't do like an all bad item show that people don't really want. That's my suggestion. Just slowly sell those off and clear those out. Crosslisting LP was a full day of the week for me. Now I can pump it out in an hour. Such a massive difference on Nifty. Facts. That's Nick. That's Nick for you. Given that these people in the chat, I'm not telling these people to comment this. This is literally what they're commenting because they actually use the product. They actually use Nifty, and they enjoy it. And like I said, I can push. I am not contracted to any of these platforms. They don't even pay me to make. Like, when I put out a Nifty video, Nifty doesn't pay me for any of those videos. I put out those videos. The only time Nifty pays me is when somebody uses my code and purchases the product. That's it. At any time, I can push a different product if I want to. I'm not contracted to Nifty. I can go push, like if Vindu came out with a new cross-listing tool and I thought it was a lot better than Nifty, I would go push Vindu's cross-listing tool. I think Nifty is the best on the market. That's why I'm pushing them. Now, there are competitors coming up that I'm letting Nifty know about that are right around the corner. And if they do come up and they are better, I'm going to push them because they're going to be a better service for me. That's going to be faster for me and better for you guys. But I think Nifty's on the ball with all of those too. So I don't really have to worry about that either. Next up, G4 Polo. This is a men's size medium. This is all over, like, it's like a camo collar print and then striped all the way through. Really cool looking polo. Look out for G4 at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. This one sold for $54.99 plus ship. What size of the bags do you store inventory in? These are 11 by 13, I believe. 9 by 11 work great for like shirts. I find that 11 by 13 work great for everything, so we just buy the 11 by 13. They're also linked in my Jordan. If you go to my bio on YouTube, go to my link tree, click on that, and go to the products we use on a daily basis section. The exact bags we use are linked there, so you can buy straight from our store. That's our storefront. We just get a little kickback from it, but it doesn't cost you any more to buy on Amazon. And if you have Prime shipping, almost all the items on there are Prime. So if you already have an account with Amazon, you get free shipping. Are you doing anything to clear out inventory prior to move? Yeah, I talked about this earlier today. I will be doing a lot of Whatnot shows. We do have a bunch of inventory that I really don't want to have to move. We have a ton of inventory like scheduled to land as soon as we move because we're going to have a bigger space, including bales. So to be honest, I'd rather just clear out a bunch of stuff, not have to worry about moving it, give you guys good deals, and you guys can resell it for more money. So expect those shows. As soon as we accept this offer, get an offer accepted, we'll probably start scheduling out Whatnot shows probably 3 times a week. 100-item shows, super fast pace. I don't really care what this stuff goes for. That's kind of what I did on the weekend too. All that new with tag stuff, I let go really, really cheap because I just wanted to move it, and I kind of felt like we were going to accept an offer today. So you guys will see that. Again, give back to you guys. You guys can have good deals, and I get to clear out a bunch of stuff and also get a bunch of cash in my bank account just in case some other expenses come up that we have to take care of. So you guys can have that stuff cheap. So be on the lookout for those shows. They'll be on Whatnot. If you haven't signed up for Whatnot, by the way, I'm going to put a link in the description or in the chat too. Click this link. It's free money. Literally, if you don't click this link, you're leaving $15 on the table. If you click this link, you get $15 for free to spend. It's credit on Whatnot, and it doesn't come out of your pay or anything. You just literally just get $15 for free. That's a little bonus they give to you guys for signing up through my link. And then you can use it on my show or anybody's show. So if you see somebody selling Labubus and you're into Labubus, you can buy the Labubus. I don't care what you use it on, but just $15 for free. I'd love to do Whatnot, but currently between travel time and my job, yep, I hear it. Whatnot's not going to be for everybody too. A lot of people don't like being on camera, and I get it. But if you can make Whatnot work, it's great. Just like I just explained, when we're doing Whatnot shows, we're clearing out a bunch of stuff and we're getting cash immediately. So as soon as I sell something on Whatnot, as soon as I press the button to create my label, the money is basically available for me to pull out. So that's the huge benefit to Whatnot. Huge benefit to Whatnot that you don't get on eBay. If you bought a bulk buy on a Monday, you could sell the bulk buy, make a couple $100, and you literally have the money back in your account that same exact day. Can't do that with eBay. It's impossible to do that with eBay. Impossible. I guess it's not impossible, but it's virtually not going to happen. Can you drop a link to your photo booth? That would be amazing that you're using. Yes, it's also linked in my link tree. I'm going to show you guys how to go to it really quick. The easiest way to do it is on Instagram, but if you're on Facebook, it's the same exact method. You're just going to click on my pin post. Actually, I'll show you on Facebook. So you're going to go to my Facebook page. You're already on it. You're just going to click on my little name at the top. No, that's not the one I want. I'm going to go to this one. All right, you're on my Facebook page. It's going to look a little different from you because I have a dashboard off to the left-hand side, but I can close that. Yep. Okay, Facebook page looks just like this. Right here at the top, the featured section, you're going to click on this, and then it's going to open up to this page right here, and then you're going to click on this right here, and then you're going to go right here. And you're going to click on this section right here. This is the products we use on a daily basis section. Everything that we use is linked in here, pretty much in the business. Everything is linked there. The same photo booth that's linked behind us is linked in this section right here. So just click on those and you'll find it. Super easy to do. Super easy. If you're on YouTube, it's just linked in my bio. So you just go to my bio and click on that, and that's the link tree. All right, next order. We got 12 going out still, one of which I forgot to grab. I already know. I just saw it. I forgot to grab a suit, but I'll show it to you at the end of this live. We got all these things just laying around here. Next up, Eileen Fisher wool turtleneck. This one sold for $24.99. This was listed for like 2 weeks and it sold. Really quick sale. Love picking these up. Eileen Fisher turtlenecks. Kayla finds these all the time. Having my shelving units delivered today. 372 by 36 by 34. A perfect fit to avoid covering. Nice. Let's go. I love upgrades. That's one thing I'm going to look forward to is when we move, buying some stuff to upgrade the current setup that we have. So, do you need me for something?
Yeah.
What?
I'm waiting for you to finish shipping.
Oh, okay. I gotta be quick, chat. All right, we're gonna go quick, because it looks like I'm being summoned. I've been anti Whatnot, but I think I might have to check out your show. You should come to my shows. I got one this Saturday. It should be a really good show too. Will you be accepting consignment again? Yes, as soon as we move. As soon as we move, consignment will open back up. Right now, I just can't accept it because I can't move it out quick enough to do consignment. I can't give you guys what you're consigning for. You're trying to get the stuff moved out quick. I just can't do it right now. $24.99 plus ship is what this one sold for. This is a men's XLT Ralph Lauren shirt. I have a palette of Lily that I think you would be interested in. 100% I'd be interested in that. I started a full-time job, so I don't have much time. 100%. Yep. Lily is one of our most requested brands, and what I can do for that, Natalie, is actually create a Lily Pulitzer show. So I can create a theme show just specifically for your items. Plus, I can throw in some of our Lily Pulitzer items that are new with tags. So that would actually work out perfect. As soon as we move, like within the next month, I'd probably grab that Lily off you. So if you still have it, reach out. And you already know the splits and everything, so I can re-explain it to you as soon as we talk about it. But yes, 100%. I would be interested. I think everybody listening would probably be interested in coming to that show too, an all Lily Pulitzer show. That'd be a fun one to run. Two more items go in. We're gonna go through these pretty quick, so just hang out if you're here for the items, and feel free to ask questions too. I'm gonna try to answer them as fast as I can. This was listed for. Never mind. This wasn't an inventory. Tori Richard men's shirt. Just listed this on Saturday and it already sold for $24.99 plus ship. Nice, easy, quick sale. $24.99 plus ship. I sold 2 Tori Richard items this weekend. One was sitting for a while. This one, I don't know why it sold within just a couple days. Sold really quick. 6 ounces is what this one's going to ship out for. I charged $7 to the buyer. Buyer paid $4, or I charged $7. I'm paying $4.74. All right. Next up, we got a Untucked shirt, another item that we just listed over the weekend, sold really fast. Just a plain purple Untucked shirt. Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted for $20.70. Majority new with tags, Natalie. I wish I could take that right now, actually. Natalie, do you have Facebook or Instagram? Reach out to me on Facebook and Instagram, and we'll talk there about the palette. Depending on how the next few weeks go, I might be able to work you in, because I can sell Lily really fast. Like, I can move that whole palette in one show if I really needed to. So reach out to me. Let me know what you have first, and I'll look out for your DM. Okay, so where do you go? Where do you go first to see what sold yesterday? What do you mean? On my store or your store? What you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Reword that question for me. I'll try to help you. Where do you go to see what sold yesterday? Like from my store? You can go to my eBay store. It's always linked in my bio. Untucked men's size 3XL linen Untucked shirt. This one sold for $20.70. Nice linen sale. Obviously, still summertime. Linen items are selling really, really well. Natalie said, okay, I'll message you. Where are you messaging me on, Natalie, by the way? Facebook or Instagram? So I can look out for it, because I get so many DMs every day that sometimes I lose track and don't answer people back. And it's not because I'm being mean. It's because I literally just can't get. Okay, message me on Instagram. If you have both, message me on Instagram. I'll probably get back to you quicker there. I just get so many DMs every day. There's no way I'd be able to get back to everybody. And a lot of people that message me are just basic questions that I answer on these lives anyway. And I always just tell people come to the lives and ask those basic questions, because I don't have time all day to answer them. I don't have time all day to answer them through the DMs. And I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't have time. I don't have time, chat. Men's size 2XL Patagonia shorts, paid $7.47. These sold for $24.99 plus ship. This is your name on Whatnot? Yep, I am Kway Shop on all platforms. eBay, Whatnot. On Poshmark, I'm Way Shop, because Kway Shop, there's a story behind that, but my one account got hacked, so I had to change the name. And then also on all social media platforms, Kway Shop. This weekend's going to be a big show too. Main Consigner is back, and he's bringing the heat. I know some of you follow him on other platforms. Just yesterday alone, at one of his stores, at one of his Goodwill stores, I think it was Goodwill, he found 31 Robert Graham shirts. 31 Robert. Guess who's going to have a bunch of Robert Graham over the next couple weeks on Whatnot? Really crazy patterns too. 31. This is why I get so much stuff from him, because he just goes to these Goodwills and finds 31 Robert Graham shirts. Men's Vineyard Vines Performance all over sailboat print shirt. This one sold for $27.99 plus shipping. For some reason, eBay isn't allowing me to change my shipping, my listing. There's a place to edit. Yes, the reason is because you have an active offer out, most likely, Mary. So you either send an offer out or somebody gave you an offer. And while you have an active offer out, you can't change any of your pricing, your policies, any of that. So you either have to go through and decline that offer, or if there's an active offer, you have to wait for that active offer to expire. That's probably why you can't change your policies or anything like that. If you cross with Nifty, let me read this really quick. If you cross list with Nifty, where do you go? Like each apps or your email or what's sold, or Nifty have what's sold in one spot. You have what's sold in one spot. You print all your labels off from the platforms you sell on. So Nifty has nothing to do with shipping. It's all about keeping track of all your numbers. So with Nifty, I have here, I'll show you right from Nifty. This is what Nifty looks like. This is my inventory page. If I go to my analytics page, it has all of my sales. It also has all of my data from the sales right here. Gives me my profit. I still got a couple of these lines to fill out, but gives me all of my profit right here. All of these sales are imported automatically. You don't have to have a computer running. It just automatically does its thing in the background in the cloud. So, and then you just keep track of all that stuff on there. You don't need a spreadsheet or anything like that anymore to keep track of your sales. What's up, Danny? How many what? How many what? Creekside. How many what? Is it better to have your media name be the same? Yes, I highly suggest if you can get, for example, K-Way Shop on all platforms, make it K-Way Shop. You don't want K-Way Shop and then Shop K-Way on another one. You don't want it to be different because it's hard to follow along with people. They just want to search for your name. Also, if they Google your name, it'll pop up all your social media platforms if they Google just your name. So it does help if you have your name same across all platforms, or very, very similar. Another Tory Richard shirt. This one sold for $22.50. I'm trying to list an item. It is not active yet. Not sure what changed. I'm not sure, Mary. I'd have to look at your listing to be able to tell like what the error is, because just based off what you said, I don't know why it wouldn't let you change the policy, unless you have something. There's something wrong with your listing, or there's something wrong with the policies that you created. That would be the only two ways. So I'm sold. I'm getting nifty. Put the code in the chat. Let me know if you need the code again, Bubba, and I'll drop it in the chat. Again, you get that 7-day free trial with the code, and then you save 15% off your first month. So you can go with the bigger plan for the first month. You get a little bit more use out of it for basically the same price as the smaller plan, and then you can always go down. So let me know if you need that code again, and I'll throw it in the chat, or you can just scroll up, or you go to my link tree in my bio, and you can find it there. Where do you put cost of goods? I did that, but it didn't. The cost of goods go in my. For me, I put my cost of goods in my actual SKU, my eBay custom SKU, which is right here, eBay custom SKU field. Also, if you go into edit the listing, your eBay custom SKU will be right here. If you do not see the custom SKU right here for whatever reason, it's because you don't have it turned on. You got to go to your title options, and this has to be done on the computer, and then you turn on your custom SKU right there. If you're on your phone, it's in your item specifics all the way down at the bottom. You'll see the custom SKU field. This is where I put my cost of goods and my inventory number. This one we didn't put a cost of goods in for, but that's where I put it in there. Also, when it comes to Nifty, let me go to my inventory really quick and let me switch this. So for example, if I want to put my custom SKU into Nifty too while I'm doing my listings, you can put your cost of goods right here. So let's say I paid $4 for these jeans. I can put my cost of goods as $4, and it's going to record that for the sale too. So as soon as I make a sale, my cost of goods will be put into right here. So if that was, for example, if that was the same item, my cost of goods would pop up there, which would lower my total profit. So you can do it in both places. I just do it in eBay, and then I edit the listing afterwards on Nifty. So I always go to eBay first because it always has the most sales. Yes, like when you're listing, I used to do that too, but now I use Nifty's AI tool to generate my listings, and it's much simpler to do it that way. I get why you're doing it that way, to make your listing perfect on eBay, because that's what I used to do. But now I just use Nifty's AI tool. I create my entire listings from just my photos. I go through the listing, check it over really quick, make sure everything's good, and then I list it. Polo Ralph Lauren men's chino pants. These were created by Nifty's AI tool. The entire listing was created by Nifty, and these sold for $22.99 plus ship. I got my to-do list. I did that, and it showed in the listing. If you do the custom SKU, it won't show in your listing. The only person that can see the custom SKU is you. So if you see the custom SKU at all, it's because you're the only one that can see it. The actual buyer cannot see your custom SKU. It'll show different than what you see from what your buyer sees. This one's shipping out for 14 ounces. I charge $7 to the buyer. I'm only paying $6.64. And then I have two more items to ship. I'm just going to show them, 3 more items to ship. Sorry, I'm just going to show them on the screen because they're below me, but I don't know where they are. The belt's somewhere around here. I got to find the belt. But this J. Crew blazer sold, paid $6.96 for. I still got to grab it. Sold for $58.99. And then that Peter Millar belt that you see up top sold for $36. I think I have it over here. I think it's underneath all this stuff. There it is. This Peter Millar belt right here. TJ Maxx Marshalls pickup. I think I've sold 3 of these so far. I showed it in my video. This one we just listed over the weekend. So I listed the navy blue ones last week. 1 sold in 1 day. Same thing with this one. I listed this one over the weekend, and it sold in 1 day for $36. That's a Nifty offer. Nifty sent out a 10% out offer and this person accepted. I'm just gonna throw this in a poly bag because it's a woven belt. It doesn't really need to be super protected. So, but Nifty AI isn't available to us yet right now. If you're just doing the beta version, no, it's available to everybody. Nifty, the AI tool, has been available to everybody for almost a year now. I know there's some other people on YouTube that claim that they were the first one to create an eBay AI lister. It's false. Nifty's been out way longer than their cross lister has been out for. So, are those their lister? They're not a cross lister. They're just a lister. No shade to that person, by the way, but I think the way they were advertising it was very, very, very false. They were trying to hype it up and make it seem like they were the first one to do it, and really they weren't. But yeah, Nifty's been out for a year. They're no longer in beta at all. And it's able to cross list automatically to 5 platforms. If you have 5 platforms set up: eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, Etsy. So as soon as you create your listing, you press a button, it goes to all 5 platforms. I don't use Etsy, so I only do 4. But yeah, that happens automatically. And that's it, chat. I got to grab those last 2 items I forgot to grab. But appreciate everybody hanging out today. I got a lot of business stuff to do. So what's the cost on the belt? The cost on the belt was 13 or 10. There's one that was 10 on that same rack. One was 13, sold for $36, and it sold in a day. And by the way, go watch my short from last week. I showed that in the short. Also, go watch the YouTube video. If you haven't seen the YouTube video on the TJ Maxx and Marshalls haul, just go to my YouTube channel. You can also watch it on Facebook too if you scroll for a second, but it's much easier to find on YouTube. Go over to YouTube and click on this video right here, and you can see me pick up that exact belt in the video and see how much I paid for it. But that's us shopping at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Go watch that video. Give it a like. Give it a comment. All that good stuff. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out today. I might be live later tonight doing some listings in the Lightbox. We'll see how the night goes and how everything goes. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out.